Welcome back to Wrestling Empire on the Nintendo Switch. After a brief stay in Strong Style, I'm now back in Weekend Warriors, and that means looking at the roster for the pay-per-view and say, who is champion? Oh right, Brock Lesnar. But I'm a heel, and he's a heel. What if I challenge the mid-card champion, Mr. Meat Sauce himself, Virgil, for that mid-card title? How about one of those, sir? I came here in seeking gold and also a Big Show ironclad contract. So I challenge you to a match. I have Bull Nakano in my corner, and yes, Virgil gave me that shot on the pay-per-view end of 2024. Cool. Doing things. But Brock is my eventual goal here, clearly. But in between now and then, we have a tag team match with the Goldberg's tag team. So I can't escape Goldberg even in this video game. Good God. But attackslug and Bull are here to do some damage. She's hurt, clearly. I'm dressed like Devon because of what happened yesterday on our live broadcast, because I was so busy I couldn't even get things edited yesterday. There was an episode yesterday. Go watch it. It was live. And I made my way into and out of Strong Style. So Goldberg and Kurt Angle, now there's a tag team for you. Good God. There is a tag team indeed. It's true. It's damn true. So welcome to a fine Wednesday. Yes, it is Wednesday here on the program. We're doing things, and I am back here in one of my longest running places, which is Weekend Warriors. A place where I got the boss hired here. Frederico was the guy. I got hired to this job in this company, and Frederico now runs the whole thing. So he brought me in, did me a favor, and paid me a bunch of money on an ironclad contract. So that is good things for your boy. But Goldberg, I got bad things for you, sir. A stunner to the golden one. Anyhow, so yes, I'm not sure where we go from here, but my eventual goal is always, always, always a world championship. I want one. I need one. Give me one. So I'll take a mid-card one first, though, and no, stop being dizzy and pin Goldberg. 1, 2, 3. That's what's going to happen. Attackslug and Bull Nakano victorious. My 7th victory in a row. Raise my hand, sir. Testify. Goldberg couldn't end my streak, and he should know about streaks. Yes, he should. And now I'm going to leave. These cages need doors, I swear. And Kurt Angle is mad about it. It's real. It's damn real. Poor Goldberg losing in under a minute. That sounds familiar. How about that? Kurt Angle is down. Attackslug improved significantly, but my attitude is still in the dumps. And Bull Nakano has also improved on that bit of beardness. But now it's time to go to Olive Garden and fight Virgil. So my wages are $3,000. It is an ironclad contract. No more threats of being fired because of my attitude. Finally. But that means I do not have creative control. So things could be interesting there. Now, Dr. Death there and Haley Harm in a feud. Ronda Rousey, friends with Winston Barker. Coach Emerson's title reign has been criticized because he runs the place and he's the champion. Wrestling School have crowned Miss Elizabeth their new co-ed champion. So he was forced to abdicate the belt and they give it to Miss Elizabeth. That's funny. Buddy Buchanan and Attackslug no longer because I left that company, which was school. Looking back at 2024, Attackslug won 67% of his 39 matches. And Kurt Angle the best overall here in Weekend Warriors. I mean, look at his stats, man. It's true. It's true. With a broken freaking neck. Now then, the middleweight singles championship versus Virgil. Let's go. I'm not sure because the last match there ended with a pinfall. But usually in Weekend Warriors, because it is a UFC style promotion, that it usually is a lot of shoot fights and ending by health at 0. Knockout, as such. Whoa there, guy! Alright, but I don't know how it's going to go here on the show today. But here is your middleweight champion, Mr. Meat Sauce himself, Virgil, is here to defend that title. The $1 million champion, no more, Virgil, but you have a piece of gold that I want. So we're going to get this thing underway here. But first, some microphone business, some promo business with Virgil. You've only remained champion by ducking me, the Slug. My face is already busted up. Everyone knows I'm the biggest threat that you've ever been up against. Ever. And you can't put it off any longer. And I'll prove that you're right to fear me. Alright, and there we go. And Bull Nakano paying dividends as she does. Oh no, Virgil, how dare you? How dare you? I can't see anything, so let's change the camera and zoom it in more. Yes. All the way into like 15. There we go. There we go. That's better. Pile driver onto the women's title goes Virgil. But yes, it is indeed Wednesday, which means that NXT happened last night. I didn't have much really to get into on Raw from Monday, but there was some things to discuss from Raw from Monday. But NXT, first and foremost, it will be the next 2 weeks on Sci-Fi. So WWE returning to Sci-Fi after a long, long absence there because of Olympics for the next 2 weeks. And a Dragon Suplex. But also, they've announced the next TakeOver is happening the day after SummerSlam. I had forgotten that SummerSlam this year is on a Saturday for the first time ever. So TakeOver is actually happening after on the Sunday, which is wild. So it's going to go SmackDown, then SummerSlam, then TakeOver, then Raw, then NXT. That's a wild bit of business to be sure, and I'm all about it. But also, referee one. This is a title match here. Referee, get your stuff under control here with Bull Nakano. Like, I don't think it's Escape the Cage. I mean, it could be. It didn't say it was. Or are you just going to jump? Is this, like, this game does not tell you what the rules are. So, yes, count him out, referee. Count him out. Too stupid, Mr. Meat Sauce. Too stupid. So, that is the deal there with the next TakeOver. Also, on NXT, unsure if the Xia Li injury during the match with Raquel Gonzalez was a work or not. Because they kind of said, oh, she's hurt, but then they finished the match. And I'm like, was that to keep her looking strong, but still getting pinned by the champion? Because that, to me, in kayfabe, makes a lot of sense. But she could have got hurt for real, like, we don't know. And perhaps we won't ever know. But it was a little bit suspect on the timing on that. It was like, no, I get it. You want to keep her looking strong. I understand. But was she actually hurt with her ribs on that senton from the middle rope there or whatever? And new middleweight champion. That's the wrong belt there, ref. Wrong belt. And Virgil is mad about it. He's like, this ain't Olive Garden. What's going on here? What's going on with this nonsense? Referee leaving with Bull Nakano's belt as I make him tap or make him snap. I'll make your ankle hurt. Kurt Angle. There we go. Made him tap. And scream. That's what you get, Virgil. That's what you get, Mr. Meat Sauce. I do not want your autograph. Also, why is Vince McMahon and Arn Anderson on commentary in Weekend Warriors? I'm sorry, I forgot. Vince got hired here. Vince no longer runs AAW. He now is working here at Weekend Warriors, and Earl Hebner runs AAW. I totally spaced on that whole bit of business. But attackslug is the new middleweight champion. Let me get my attitude up above 60, please. Vince McMahon feels great today, pal, and is in perfect health and perfect grapefruit. But look at that, Virgil now has a tag team partner. Now the problem now is that I can say, alright, pay-per-view, how about me and Brock Lesnar? Wouldn't that be a hell of a match? But I'm a heel, and he's a heel, so I feel like it's what the heel. Boy, why? But why, Brock? But why? I want to challenge you and your weird new hairstyle to a match. A butcher match, if you will. Nope. See, I'm too hard to work with. I'm too hard to work with, says Mr. Lesnar. So, that's... The irony there is delicious. Okay, now then, a tag team match playa, holla holla, in this solid steel octagon. And look who's back, it's Goldberg. Virgil and Goldberg. Alright. Anyhow, the end of NXT ended with Karrion Kross taking out William Regal in the parking lot. So, even hiring Joe as security did not make the NXT parking lot any safer, and that's just funny. So, it seems like we're building towards a Karrion Kross and Joe match. I guess that means that Joe is cleared, and me and Bull here, with our belts, we're just that good. We're just that good. Titles, titles, titles. Checks and championships. So, that was the end of NXT with that bit of a scene there. It was, like, the shot of that was pretty good, and I enjoyed how that was filmed. So, kudos. Also, Vince McMahon on referee duty here was pretty good, but I just beat you, Virgil. So, you think I'm not going to beat you again? I beat Goldberg, and I beat Virgil. So, even adding it up here, I have a Bull Nakano in my corner, and y'all ain't got nothing. Nothing. The float over. I just made you tap, Virgil. You just went tappa, 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 and that was the end of that. I'm sorry. Not nada, as they say. So, in some trademark news, in some kind of amusing trademark news, we have the fact that WWE has trademarked a phrase. It is, complaining is not a conversation. And I'm like, are they planning to feud with their fan base? I don't really understand the meaning behind doing that particular trademark. Like, look, I get it. Wherever there's wrestling, there's going to be fans. And wherever there's fans, a portion of them are going to complain about what you're doing in your wrestling show. That's just how the nature of the business works. That's just any entertainment. But WWE takes such an antagonistic view of that on how they interact with their audience. Like, first of all, they don't even call them fans. They're the universe. But that's a whole different discussion there. But I'm like, are they trademarking this whole thing, saying that complaining is not conversation because they're about to announce another show in Saudi? Like, is that why this is happening? Like, what? Who could it possibly be for on the show? Like, that's just a ridiculous trademark, and it's dumb. But when you consider what people have been saying this week in bringing back Keith Lee to immediately lose and then bringing out Goldberg, and then having your NXT undefeated champion Karrion Kross go to Raw and lose to Jeff Hardy, then yeah, folks are complaining. Is that a conversation? No, but also, those booking decisions were dumb. And if they're dumb, people on the internet, like me, are going to call them dumb. You're going to say that you had nobody else in catering to lose to Jeff Hardy. Nobody else? Really? It had to be Kross, who's undefeated as a champion on NXT? You had nobody else in catering to lose to Jeff Hardy. Like, obviously, bringing back his theme song means he's going to win that match. It was a big deal with a crowd, with fans. Like, I'm sure somebody was backstage. You could have had anybody else lose that match, but no, it had to be Karrion Kross. Was that a message from Vince to Triple H about what's, where NXT thinks they have their place in this business? Like, it's just weird, man. It's just really, really weird, to be honest. But it is what it is, and Virgil has no health. Goldberg is climbing, and Vince McMahon is counting very, very slowly. And I don't understand why. Oh! Poison Rana from Virgil. Imagine that. Imagine that. Now, John Cena, obviously the big news of the week here, and they've announced that John Cena is going to be at 15 events between now and SummerSlam. So the Summer of Cena, as they're calling it. So, dude, when John Cena does something, he does something all the way. Now, how many of those 15 events are actually going to be matches is a whole different thing here. But that's going to be like a risk, because he's not doing this thing every day, every week, right? So, at his age and his, ring rust, there's always the risk of injury by being in the ring doing matches here. And so is that the case here for John Cena going forward in the Summer of Cena? I would hope at least a few matches here on TV, but Who knows? Who knows? And Goldberg, man. Goldberg, man. Boom. Tag team contest is some nonsense because Vince is counting extremely slowly. And that was not a jackhammer. Really? Really? Goldberg! Goldberg! Locking it in! Locking it in! Bull Nakano can't save me! What's happening here? I'll take you down too. Again, Goldberg. If Bull can tap out Virgil, like, tap him out. Do the work. I will do my job here, and there are 5 minutes remaining. Why did Virgil not tap? He was tapping 5 minutes ago to me on last week's program, and yet he's not tapping here. Pile driver. Nope. Hurricanrana. Powerbomb. Count it, ref. Count it, ref. Vince. Do your... What was that? Why did Vince drop the elbow there from the top of the cage? What the hell? Oh my god. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Goldberg with the hurt lock. The gold lock. The golden boy. No. Not happening. Goldberg. Not happening. I'm sorry. Northern Lights suplex to Goldberg. Virgil, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Good lord. Okay, come on now. We are an excellent tag team machine here, Bull. Let's make this a win. Surfboard stretch from Goldberg. Never in his life, but okay. Alright, look here. Virgil, Virgil, Virgil. Bull, you take care of Goldberg. I will take care of Virgil. Bull, what are you doing? You're supposed to be a good tag team partner here. What are you doing? Pin. Tap. Do something. As Goldberg here, ref bump here, this is a nightmare. I'm trying to beat up Virgil, and he's got no health left, so you'd think into the cage. There. 1, 2, 3. Thank God. Our winning ways continue. And now I leave the cage. And Bull, get your belt. It's time to go. 92 in popularity. $700,000. Red Eye defeats Mickie James and is the new champion in AEW. Scott Steiner defeats Big Show and is the new Cruiserweight champion of Super Lucha Libre. Bobby Lashley's skills are down. Virgil's profile is up by being hyped. He's been losing. To me. Ryback and Devon are friends. Rory Awesome defeats Luke Harper and is the new post-cruiserweight champion in school. Amanda Nunes is going to AEW. And Brock Lesnar was popular in the world. Hey now, Frederico. Hey now. I have an ironclad contract. So in theory, I could fail this and I can't get fired for failing this. My stamina has to be 73. Look, I can do that. It's fine. But at the same time, the whole point of the contract was to be a contract. And Bull says, you know what? It's been fun, but we're good. We're fine. I have things to do. All right, Bull. Look, I'm not going to argue with Bull Nakano. Yeah, sure. Go do your thing. These things usually turn sour eventually. I mean, yeah, that's wrestling. Sure is. Sure is. Anyhow, back into the shoot fight, cage fight with Ken Shamrock tomorrow, hopefully. But also got to raise my thing to 73, and I'll get to that tomorrow. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching my videos right here. I'll see you next time. And I'm out.